Welcome to the Farmcast.
Welcome back to another episode of the Farmcast, ladies and gentlemen. Today we've got some sports talk for you. I don't know if we did sports talk last week, but we're back with it. We're back with some more sports talk. Today we've got a very interesting discussion today. We are going to be talking about the best metric out there, the coolest sports franchises and the least coolest sports franchises.
Now, just so everybody understands, when we're ranking these are not necessarily the best franchises, but they are, by our own definitions, the coolest. And I'll kick us off. So we're gonna be using my personal metric. It's called the Kyle Coolness Index for teams. I don't exactly know how it's scored yet. I have yet to figure that out, but we're going to be using the Kyle Coolness Index. And I'm going to start from the top. This is the number one coolest sports franchise in my mind. It is the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets have had some of the coolest players that have ever played basketball. They once had Carmelo Anthony, J.R. Smith, Allen Iverson, all on the same team, let alone in their franchise in general, which is just ludicrous.
That's not even counting. That's a weird stat. That's a weird
name a cooler trio
right.
on any NBA team.
Mm-hmm.
My God, all they did is score. That team was so cool. But it's not even counting guys like Mutombo,
Fat Lever.
I'm getting there.
The fat man.
JaVale McGee. I like Jokic. He's a different kind of cool, but there's something very cool about watching just a man that fat be so skilled and so adept. But yeah, they literally had a Hall of Famer named Fat Lever. Are you kidding me? Name a cooler name in sports. You're going to have a tough time coming up with a better one than Fat Lever. They also had David Thompson. That man scored 73 points in an NBA game, and he did it just so he would win the scoring title over George Gervin. No other reason. He just said, fuck it, I'm going to shoot like 100 times and score 73 points.
That's
baller.
Sick.
That whole team is so damn cool. Their old, city skyline jerseys, top notch. That baby blue, out of this world. It's just a great, cool team.
Yeah, they're sick.
Yep. Can't agree.
I love rooting. I'm glad I can root for them too, because they're always cool as hell. Right now, oh my God, I love the Nuggets. They're sick.
Michael Porter Jr., dude.
Right. No kidding.
No, they have always had a couple very cool guys on their team.
Yeah, they're fucking awesome.
And they kind of always, their fan base kind of gives me some Bucks West vibes too.
Mm-hmm.
I always love the opposite division equivalent.
Mm-hmm. Very cool subreddit. The Jokic memes that they make themselves, out of this world. If you guys have never looked, I think you have, Zach.
Oh yeah,
we've talked about this before.
Jokic,
but Nuggets overall cool as hell. My number 2. I'm wearing the jersey, so it's gonna be I want to make this clear: the San Diego Chargers, because they haven't done anything cool in LA yet.
Well, the
jerseys are cool.
The jerseys are fucking sick.
Yeah, that was gonna end with that, but I'll bury the lead. But their jerseys throughout time have been my favorite NFL jerseys, and with this new update that they had to their jerseys, my God, I didn't even know it could get cooler. That blue with the all yellow pants that they have is
oh my God,
unbelievable.
They're sick.
It's crazy.
Yeah, their jerseys
very cool.
Very cool. But I think they also have some cool ass players to back it up. Well, Danian Tomlinson was one of the first NFL players that I watched that was this is the coolest motherfucker I've ever seen with the ball. The first one I remember that ever was, doing the whole running receiving duo ahead of his time, I'd say.
Also with LT, he was the first player I remember having an individualized face mask, which I thought was super fucking cool.
Yes. That was the coolest shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the first one like that I remember. Especially the running backs. Then they all started to kind of have that thing too.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even think. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He wore the visor, dude. That
visor
man was swaggy as hell.
Yeah, LT, I love that man. He also had the coolest fullback blocking for him, and an NFL Street 2 legend, Lorenzo Neal,
Mm-hmm.
who terrorizes Becker every time he sees him.
For no reason whatsoever. Absolutely have not said
Disparaging
jack
his
shit
good
about
name.
him. And Kyle just all of a sudden puts his narrative out there saying, "Wow, Becker, I can't believe you hate Lorenzo Neal." And I'm like, who are you talking about? I have no idea who this guy is.
And boy,
What?
Oh,
Becker
man.
knows
He's
now.
He's got Lorenzo Neal's got some Becker head space.
Oh,
Free
yeah.
rent.
I
It's
mean,
my
I
favorite
guess.
rivalry. They got other cool players. Darren Sproles, not to be forgotten in the running back shuffle here. Early career Darren Sproles. My God, was that the coolest dude to watch outside of like Reggie Bush.
Yeah.
People forget Antonio Gates used to be cool. Sean
Dude, the
Marion
fact
was
that
sick.
that man is still somewhat, I'm using that very loosely, productive, like 20 years into an NFL career is also still pretty cool, I would argue.
Watching him run is infuriating, but like
Kind of
it's-
cool. It
Oh, yeah.
works. Kind of cool.
Right.
It's honestly hard to believe that guy used to be like the most athletic tight end you could imagine.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Times have changed, but and they also had the coolest cornerback duo of Quentin Jammer and Antonio Cromartie.
Cromartie,
Yeah.
yeah.
That
Yeah.
might be the coolest corner duo I can think of.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you maybe I just didn't hear you say it, but I feel like you're disrespecting Phillip Rivers if you didn't bring him up.
Oh, he's
already.
not on. Yeah, I purposely left him out.
Yeah.
Phillip Rivers is fucking sick. He's a big reason why, like, I
Bucks.
would say the Chargers. I love Phillip Rivers. Love the fire. Oh, he's sick.
Between
Dude,
Antonio
playing-
Cromartie and Phillip Rivers, that's a lot of kids on one team, I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, big sex having team.
Oh, yeah, confirmed.
Oh.
Like, I know it's not modern day right now, but like Phillip Rivers playing an entire game on I don't know why I said it's not modern day right now. That has nothing to do with what I'm saying. But Phillip Rivers playing an entire playoff game on a torn ACL, one of the coolest things ever.
Oh
I'll
my
give
god.
him
Even though they lost the game, it wasn't because of Phillip Rivers.
It was the AFC Championship against the Patriots?
Yep.
Yo.
Yeah.
And then like to this day they have like Derwin James. Derwin James is cool as hell.
Oh, yeah.
Not a big Nick Bosa guy or Joey Bosa.
Yeah.
Also not a big Nick Bosa guy.
Yeah, I was
but-
about to say, this is an anti-Bosa podcast. Don't get it out there.
I think we can title it that. We can use that.
No, Nick
Anti-Bosas.
Bosa memes, out of this world. There's
Oh,
nothing
amazing.
funnier than pictures of Nick Bosa crying because he did not get to meet Donald Trump.
Yeah. Oh man.
No, yeah,
Benner, so
Chargers.
you got a Miller Lite there. You've been a good boy today?
It's
It's a
Diet Coke,
I was gonna
but-
say I can spot a Miller. I can spot a Miller Lite a
Hasn't
mile
been
away.
that
Come
good
on.
today.
I just saw
No.
the can. I assumed. Sorry.
haven't been a good boy
Federer
today.
didn't get his
Oh.
gold star today, so he has to
No.
settle with a Diet Coke.
Well, hopefully,
No.
you got a good pod showing, get some cool teams on the list. Maybe you can earn yourself a nice
Yeah,
Miller.
yeah.
That's what I'm here for.
Right.
I'm only here to earn a Miller Lite.
And then the last thing I'll say about the Chargers is Ryan Leaf. People forget he existed, did
Yeah.
federal time, became a cool dude.
Yeah, he changed. Good
People
for
forget
him.
that.
Yeah. He's like,
So
I
I'll
think he
throw him
was
on.
on NFL Network for a while. Still might
Yeah.
be. Yeah.
He's either doing that or like SEC cover. I couldn't.
I don't
Something
remember.
along those lines.
But good for him.
And
What did he
Tyrod
do
Taylor.
federal time for? Drugs?
Yeah, he's peddling. I think.
I mean, who among us? Come on.
Hey,
His
Who am I?
story, he had like
gotta make a
big-
living.
He had a big story come out on a couple of years ago, I think it was, and it was actually really sad. He was like, right away, people turned on me, and he was like, I just went down a deep rabbit hole. Very depressing, but good for him.
Oh yeah, it's a fascinating story. But
Mhm.
that's what I
Manti
have to say.
Te'o, pretty cool. Fake girlfriend. Come
But
on.
moving on to my next cool
Yo.
team, 'cause I want to be talking about cool things. The coolest baseball team. This might be a shock. It's the Miami Marlins. The Miami Marlins have had some cool ass players in their time, and it's so weird to say because I feel like half of what anybody knows the Marlins for now is their salary dumping and just getting rid of as many big contracts as they can. But yet that's also the reason why they're on this list is because they won a World Series after they tried to dump as much salary as they physically could, which I think is just hilarious. They have had players like Stanton, Gary Sheffield, Miguel Cabrera, the late Jose Fernandez, who was maybe the most fun I've ever had watching a pitcher. Hanley Ramirez, Dontrell Willis, Pudge,
Christian Yelich.
I was just getting there. They gifted us Christian Yelich, and they had Craig Counsell. A lot of cool players on that team.
D. Gordon used to be very cool.
Yeah. Oh, I should put
D.
him on
Gordon
this
was
list.
sick.
Batting champ D. Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
I still remember when it came out that he did PEDs, and I just did not buy it for a second.
Yeah, for
That
what
dude is,
reason?
like as big as me.
Yeah, he's tiny.
But yeah, Marlins, they have a cool stadium. I love the fountain in the middle. I even though it's like not exactly a home run friendly park, that's a cool ass ballpark. Their fans stink out loud, but what are you gonna do?
Nah, they're awful.
Yeah, but great jerseys too. They
I was gonna
used to
say their
have-
color
They
their
used
color
to,
combo
the
is
orange.
sick.
I don't know why they
Those-
changed that.
I don't either.
Derek Jeter comes in and ruins
I
everything.
was gonna say.
Who would have
Jeter.
guessed?
Yeah.
Shocking, I know. Derek Jeter stinks. But yeah, Marlins, cool players, cool history. I hope they can have some cool players eventually. So yeah,
Okay.
my top 3, Nuggets, Chargers, and the Miami Marlins.
Strong 3.
Yeah.
I
So
agree.
to kick off my top 3, we're gonna go on a little roller coaster ride. So strap in. To kick off, I'm gonna start off with the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
The Buffalo Bills are fucking sick. They are a team I can consistently root for in the NFL that isn't the Packers, which is worth noting. If you couldn't tell already, we're leaving off Wisconsin sports teams. Guess what? All 3 of that would be my top 3. So instantly eliminated. But the Buffalo Bills are so fucking cool. Not only because they have some sick players such as Fred Jackson.
Whoa! Whoa!
He was the first player I wrote down. Oh, come on now.
I hate Fred Jackson.
Oh, no.
my
Fred Jackson
God.
is fucking sick.
No!
Also,
Anti-cool. What is Frank Gore
no, that
cool
was
too?
cool. Well, I was going to get there.
Oh, boy.
But Fitzmagic, of course, how can we forget?
Okay.
The first, I think that was like the first like resurgence of like, holy shit, Fitzmagic. That was when it first like got going. The Bills have had some years where should have made some playoff runs. But I feel like
But
they
they're the
always,
Bills.
yeah. Josh Allen, talk about current Bills team. Josh Allen is fucking sick. That team next year is going to be electric to watch. They've done an amazing job building that team up. It's also easy to, it's great to have someone who you can cheer for against the Patriots. So that's always a plus. Along with that, I don't know many cooler fans than the Buffalo Bills fans.
Oh, yeah.
The smashing of the tables is the coolest fucking thing you can do. I want to, on my bucket list, I want to go to a Bills game and like tailgate with the fans and just go fucking nuts. That sounds like such a blast. That's what football's about. And I think the Bills get it more than anyone else, what football really is. It's about getting hammered and shouting.
Yeah, they have that kind of Packers fan, like, real blue-collar feel to the fan base. I always liked, when it comes to the Bills, especially in, like, the mid-2000s, that team always had some fucking cool running backs, like Willis McGahee, Marshawn Lynch.
They always had someone fucking sick. Fred Jackson.
Okay, all right. You had me, and then you lost me. It's Stevie Johnson. Stevie Johnson used to be cool.
Fuck, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. No, they've always had some cool players. Like, they just could never, like, put it together.
Josh Allen and Tyrod Taylor are the only ones that I can say, like, cool quarterbacks, because I don't know about you. I wasn't exactly chomping at the bit for some J.P. Losman action back in the day. Wasn't exactly thrilled about that.
Yo.
You don't remember the GOAT, J.P. Losman?
Right. Yeah.
No.
It's been some...
Can't believe it.
Yeah. There's been some bad... Yeah.
It's been tough.
Right. But yeah, Buffalo Bills, cool-ass team. Moving on... I lied to you guys beforehand because you guessed it right away because you knew it was going to fucking happen. The Philadelphia Eagles are fucking sick. There's a lot to love about the Eagles. The first thing I wrote down, do you guys remember the Dream Team with Mike Vick? Vince Young was backing up. Who did they just sign? They had a loaded team. Like,
God, they had so many.
it was the most like outrageous thing, and that's why like they coined that like phrase. This is the dream team, and I think it was 2011 because it was the year after the Packers beat them because they were supposed to be better. And they weren't good, but they were so cool. What a team
I think
to
Chip
have.
Kelly was the coach, right?
Chip Kelly. Wait. Yes. Yes, I think
Oh,
No, I don't know
Tell
if
you
he
what.
was the coach.
they had a cool ass running back core because their running backs were LaShawn McCoy, Ronnie Brown, and Dion Lewis.
That's sick.
Oh,
Very
dude.
cool.
That is it. Just adding that dream team, I guess you should put quotes next to it, was so fucking cool. No, it didn't pan out. But
Certainly not.
But didn't they have Namdi Asamoah too? Wasn't that the big
Oh yeah,
that was the big signing. Okay.
These are their corners: Namdi Asamoah, and then two of the coolest corners I ever remember: Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie and the GOAT himself, Asante Samuel.
Oh, dude, they were so
Asante
fucking
Samuel
dirty.
was peak cool.
Yo.
And he was like the only cool member of the New England Patriots that I can remember besides Randy Moss.
Yo. Yeah, no, they were a sick team. But moving on to more present day, Nick Foles, the legend of Big Dick Nick, tearing down the fucking Patriots. That playoff run was impressive. And only Nick Foles could do that. I don't think there are many other QBs in the history of the NFL that could lead that team the way Nick Foles led them. So that team was fucking sick.
I don't know
what a
about.
story.
I can't leave that one on the table. Like the run was awesome. I think there were a few other quarterbacks that could have done it in the history of the NFL.
I don't know. We'll leave that one on the
Carson
table.
Wentz.
We'll leave it up for the people. I was just gonna say,
I agree with that.
it's like the reverse of every story you hear about a young QB stepping up to win a Super Bowl. No, it's the older one who's just like,
The wily
fuck it.
vet.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna win a Super Bowl. And
What do I
like,
gotta lose?
Right. And then he almost did it again the next year. He stepped in. He beat. Oh, wow. We want to add more to this. I'm just thinking of this now. They beat the Bears.
Double doink?
The year.
The double
yep,
doink?
the double
Double
doink.
doink.
Oh, my God. He literally
Oh, yeah.
just lived to make me happy. Unfortunately, he happens to be on the Bears, so it's not as cool.
It's tough.
Yeah.
Hopefully he throws a bunch of interceptions for them and he can just continue to make us happy.
Hopefully, just Mitch Trubisky plays the whole year. That's a best
That
case
too.
scenario. But and along with that, the most recent thing that the Eagles have done cool. Even though they drafted him, they did decide to let go of Nelson Aguilar, and I think we can all agree that's a great thing.
Did he sign anywhere?
He signed
I don't
with the
think so.
Raiders.
Oh, did he?
He is a Raider. Yeah.
What a receiving core. Him, Hunter Renfrow, Zay Jones.
Oh, man.
no.
Yeah.
I used to think Zay Jones was gonna be sick.
Oh,
Yeah,
who
then he did a
didn't?
bunch of bath salts.
Yeah.
So that leads me to my next one. This isn't the transition I wanted into the next team, but it's the team where he signed with. The Oakland Raiders, baby. The Raiders.
Okay.
So, a little pandering to our audience here, obviously.
We got
Big
Raiders
Raiders
room.
market. We
Read
cater
the
to.
room.
Right. But let's just start at the history of the Raiders, of the jerseys and fans, the punch you in the fucking mouth, scary ass fans. If you go, and I'm talking about the Oakland Raiders, we're not talking about the Las Vegas Raiders here. We're talking about the Oakland Raiders, and
What about the LA Raiders?
we'll talk about that. Or maybe we won't. I don't know. But I'm talking about the Oakland Raiders. The scary ass. They go full out again. NFL franchise that just loves their team, goes all out for them, dresses up like everyone's favorite band, Kiss. That's pretty cool.
Everybody's favorite.
Super
Yep.
cool.
So, also awesome things such as beating the Vikings in Super Bowl 11. That's awesome.
Very cool.
That
I
is-
remember that.
I
Yep.
do, yeah. I watched
Just
that
like it was
game,
yesterday.
and it was crazy. But along with that,
I
also
love watching Jake the Snake just really do it to him.
yeah. Along with that, they do have a part in Packers history, the Brett Favre Monday Night Football game, legendary. So thank you for that, Raiders. They had Charles Woodson, and I think there's like a bond there between Packers fans and Raiders fans of Charles Woodson.
Yes.
And Charles
I
Woodson's
completely agree.
one of the best, coolest players. I mean, we're talking about cool teams. One of the coolest players of all time. One of the most fun to watch. And
Charles Woodson makes your team so much cooler just immediately. He's on your team. Your whole team is instantly cool and filled with pick sixes. It's awesome.
Even his second time with the Raiders, he was still cool. He might have not have been as good. He was just
old
fucking
man
sick.
playing free safety, and he was still just balling out.
Right. He was fucking awesome.
Don't forget, Jordy Nelson was a Raider too.
Jordy Nelson was a Raider.
James Jones was a Raider.
James Jones was a Raider.
Yes.
Was Matt Flynn a Raider?
Yes.
After the Seahawks,
Matt Flynn was a Raider.
Yeah.
The Raiders are pretty fucking sick.
What a pipeline.
Right. Also, Hunter Renfrow, of course, we have to mention him.
No.
Okay. They do have
safely say we don't.
They do have Josh Jacobs now. He's a cool player.
Very
too.
cool.
Up and coming cool player. Who knows where he'll be in a couple of years on the cool scale? I would predict pretty cool.
Out of the league.
And the Al Davis just win baby
sir.
is one of the biggest coolest things. Just win baby. That's
And now
cool as hell.
now you got Mark Davis just eating at PF Chang's, and he's got his little bowl haircut.
Yeah, yeah. They also
Super
gave
cool.
John Gruden that ridiculous contract. That's pretty cool.
And
fuck.
they
That's
signed
pretty
Mike
cool.
Mayock, who was a TV analyst, to be their GM. Love that too.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So a lot of cool things with the Raiders.
You didn't even mention the coolest player in Raiders history.
Oh god.
Bo Jackson, are you kidding me?
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Bo Jackson is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
The man's making points.
Obviously, Bo Jackson.
Come on.
He ran so hard, he ripped his own thigh off the bone.
Yeah.
That man was too athletic for his own good, quite literally.
In his downtime, he didn't sew, he didn't knit, he played professional baseball.
All-Star
right.
game MVP.
Yeah.
Bo Jackson, nuts. Also, legendary video game character. We can't forget about that. One of the all-time greats in video game history.
Me and the fellas just gathering around the NES, playing a little Tecmo.
Yeah.
All the time. Can't stop us.
So, great point, Fenner. Thank you for adding to a
I
very
got you.
cool team. So, my top 3 coolest franchises are the Philadelphia Eagles, Buffalo Bills, and Oakland Raiders.
Strong.
We've had a strong 6 teams so far. Mm-hmm. I'm glad we haven't had any overlap so far. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That just means your teams might be inferior, though.
Oh.
We'll see.
You might have bad luck.
We'll see.
I'm not making predictions. I'm just throwing it out there.
We'll see. So this, I had let you guys know. I thought there was going to be one that you guys at first would probably be a little, whoa, what's going on here? But the Philadelphia 76ers.
Whoa, what's going on here?
So Kyle had mentioned
I
him.
see it.
Kyle had mentioned him before. This is really because of one player, maybe 2 players, but specifically one player, Allen Iverson.
Mm-hmm.
Sir.
Allen Iverson, I don't care what anybody says, the man was not 6 feet tall. The things he did on a basketball court
Do people
were
claim he was 6 feet tall?
because he was listed at 6 feet.
Yeah, just like Kevin Durant's listed at 6'9".
Right. He was not 6 feet tall. But anyways, a list. First, we're going to list off Allen Iverson's accomplishments. He played 14 seasons in the NBA, 11 All-Star games, 2 All-Star MVPs, 3 All-NBA teams, 3 All-NBA second teams. He had 4 scoring titles at standing under 6 feet tall. Had maybe one of the most iconic crossovers on Michael Jordan of all time.
Was that his rookie season, too?
His rookie season, yes.
Stepped over Tyronn Lue.
Yeah, stepped over Tyronn Lue, absolutely. But not only was he like that dude on the court, he's maybe like one of the most influential basketball players of all time, just in the sense of he was like one of the first NBA players to rock cornrows, openly tout tattoos, wear diamond chains on the court. He like embraced like hip hop culture, and nobody in the NBA was doing the things that he was doing, and it just like opened up, like it almost like allowed NBA stars to be like who they were and not put on like this facade, you know?
Yeah. That's why I was
he
sick of.
just still ate him up for it, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was just trying to be like the realest dude, and he
Yeah.
just got eaten up alive.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
sick of Dennis Rodman trying to be like everyone else.
Yeah,
What?
clearly.
I'm kidding.
Oh, okay. But I mean, not only did they have Allen Iverson, they had Moses Malone, very cool basketball player. Dr. J, ever heard of him? Maybe the second coolest basketball player of all time.
If you said the first, I wouldn't argue.
Yeah, I mean,
Would not get an argument. Dr. J,
was sick.
one of the best nicknames ever. By
Oh
the way.
yeah.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
it just rolls off the tongue. It's got that 70s like kind of cool funk to it.
Mhm.
Dr. J, it's like, ooh.
Yo.
He rocked the fro, the chain, the like mid calf socks. Like he was cool. I think he was like listening to people talk about him, like older people talk about him. Dr. J was like one of the first people that like, sure, people were dunking in the NBA, but like he was the first person that was like ending people's careers dunking
Making
on
it
them.
art.
Yeah, like
He
the
probably
76
did that, and then he probably just like after the game would just put on some like 5-inch platform shoes and just walk out on the town.
It's a bell bottom
Yeah, yeah.
jean.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
I could see that.
hmm But yeah, so pretty much Allen Iverson is the reason I love the Sixers so much and think they're a very cool franchise, which I think is completely justified.
For that it is.
Yes.
Modern day.
Not a fan of modern day 76ers, but we're talking about cool franchises.
Yep.
Number 2, I have the Baltimore Ravens.
Ooh,
Some of my like probably top 3 favorite jerseys of all time. I think their jerseys are so clean.
Yep.
They have like they've always had just like this air of like I don't know, like
badass.
ferociousness and like tenacity
Hey
around
man,
them.
Yeah.
Like
they had some killers on that team.
literally, they had some killers.
They
on that
literally
team.
did. They had
Oh,
some
yeah.
murderers.
They would.
But like,
Ray
Even
Lewis
when the-
killed a man.
Thank you.
I just any chance I get.
I mean, the biggest thing, like when I'm deciding like the coolest franchises, is pretty much the people that have played for them. So I will just name a few:
Oh,
Ed
please.
Reed, Terrell Suggs, Jamal Lewis, Shannon Sharp, Steve Smith in the later part of his career.
He was badass on that team too.
He was
Absolutely, he was.
34 years old, and all 5'10" of them was, or I think he was like 5'8". He was
Yeah.
just ripping people's
sick.
asses
He had
up.
a ridiculous start to the 2015 season, maybe was it? Whatever season, he just
crazy.
took off and just he was leading the NFL like, and it was supposed to be washed up Steve Smith years.
Yeah.
Nuts.
But then, like, even to modern day, like Lamar Jackson, Hollywood Brown, like that. I think CJ Mosley's cool. Like, that team is just cool as hell.
Gus the Bus.
Yeah.
Okay, don't
Yup.
respect on his name.
Let's put some.
I love a man running straight.
Absolutely.
Who doesn't?
I'm glad you did not say Mark Ingram. Not cool.
No,
Uncool.
he wears a very cool mouth guard. I'll give him that.
Come
a
on,
very cool
Kyle.
mouth guard.
You cannot say the MVP speech he gave last season. Big Truss.
Oh,
You cannot tell me that wasn't cool.
It took him a lot of years to
Come
find something
on.
cool. I'm glad he found something.
Winning a Heisman's kind of cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
I sleep.
But yeah, the Ravens, like, their helmets are awesome when they wear the all blacked out unis. They're just a very cool franchise in my opinion.
What about Joe Flacco? Yeah.
Super cool.
Big arm.
Dude, that man.
Tall.
There's a picture that came up on Twitter. It was like Joe Flacco walked so Lamar Jackson could run, and it's him like was swaying down in some shit, like just putting up peace signs. It's true.
Super Bowl run they had was sick though. I gotta give him that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
who was it? Jacoby Jones just deciding I'm gonna return every kick for a touchdown and no one's gonna stop me.
I forgot about Jacoby Jones. That dude was cool as
He was the
hell.
one who caught the in the wild card round. He caught that Hail Mary in overtime to beat the Broncos. Like he had himself a run. Torrey Smith used to be cool as hell too. Like that team.
Anquan Bolden played for the
Yeah.
Ravens, dude.
Yup.
Late
Yeah.
career Bolden.
Yep.
Yeah, no, he was awesome, man.
Their matchups with the Steelers are always some of the best games every year. Like,
Oh yeah.
oh my god, like those two are just like hard mouth franchises that it's like they're always going to be fucking good.
Yeah.
They're sick.
Strong.
Yeah. Love the Ravens. My next team is a baseball team. And I threw a little, I mixed it up. I told you guys I was going to go with the Rockies.
Oh,
I did not. I went with the Seattle Mariners.
I figured you. Yo,
I went
I'm
with
with
the
it.
Seattle
I'm with it.
Mariners.
Mhm.
I have about 15 to 20 reasons written down here, so I will just go and list them off. Ken Griffey Jr., Edgar Martinez, Alex Rodriguez, Ichiro, King Felix, the Big Unit, Jay Buhner, Nelson Cruz, Robinson Cano, Mike Cameron, Adrian Beltre, Richie Sexton, Ricky Henderson, D. Gordon, Cliff Lee, Ketel Marte, and the list goes on, gentlemen. It does not stop there.
I didn't hear a not cool name on that list.
Not one, dude. This team, and also I just watched this like Dorktown SB Nation. They did an awesome like 6-part documentary series on the Seattle Mariners. I recommend everybody go watch it. They have like a crazy interesting franchise story.
I know a little bit about it. Like, didn't they basically at one point they won a playoff series and weren't they basically like playing for their whole franchise like existence?
Yes. Ken
Like, how
Griffey
did that
Jr.
work?
Ken Griffey Jr. against. So basically, they put a vote to the city on if they were going to pay for the Mariners to build a new stadium because they were playing at like a kind of like ramped up minor league stadium that just was a shithole. And like it started out with a strong lead that everybody was in favor of it, and as it was coming down the stretch, like the vote went in the favor by about 3,000 votes in favor of not wanting to pay for a Seattle Mariners stadium. And then Ken Griffey Jr. hit, I think it was 4 or 5 home runs in the series against the Yankees. And they ended up winning off of an Edgar Martinez double, which is where like the famous call come, my, oh my, the Seattle Mariners are going to play for the National or the American League Championship. But so then the city swung the vote and they built them a new stadium. Yeah. Very cool story.
That is incredibly cool.
That's cool.
Holy shit.
But I mean, yeah, the Seattle Mariners, it's like it's hard not to love them because they're always like, I don't know if I've ever heard of anybody say I don't like the Mariners. They're always like an underdog team, you know what I mean? And like they're kind of like the Marlins, and they will just be really good for like 1 or 2 seasons. But the difference in the Marlins is nothing will change, and then they'll just be dog shit for like 5 years, you know?
Yeah, the Mariners have always had a couple cool guys. Like even in the past, like they've been pretty bad for a couple years now. But before that, when they had like Nelson Cruz and Robbie Cano, like they were older guys, but they were still putting it up, and they were actually still doing pretty well. Now they have the GOAT, Daniel Vogelbach, my king. Love me some Daniel Vogelbach, just a short, fat guy who loves hitting 500-foot tower shots.
Absolutely.
I mean, and they've got some cool guys, but yeah, hopefully they can come around a little bit, because I always like a team like that. That's, because with the Brewers, they went through that long stretch of like, can't make the playoffs. But when we finally did in 2008, it was a wild card round. It was like just a city statewide event. It was insane. So I do hope that Seattle could bust that drought too.
Yeah, Seattle's got some of like the best sports franchise fans around too. Mm-hmm. Like they ride or die with their team.
As much as I hate the Seahawks,
I don't
fans
know.
are there.
No, but what else was I gonna say? Like what really made me like originally fall in love with the Mariners was Felix Hernandez, King Felix. And the saddest thing about King Felix's career is he took less money to stay in Seattle because he loves Seattle so goddamn much, loved the city, loved the franchise. And that man was one of the best pitchers like of his generation. Never once got to pitch in a playoff game.
That's so crazy to me.
Yeah.
Still the last guy to throw a perfect game. And I'm pretty sure the season he won his Cy Young, he went like 8-8.
Yeah. Yeah, it was kind of like it was kind of recently like that when DeGrom won his Cy Young. Yep. Like in that Dorktown documentary, they talked about it where like if if his team would have scored at least 2 runs in every single one of his games, he would have lost like 3 games that year. He has never got any run support ever. It's so sad.
Oh my god.
But yeah, the Mariners, very fucking cool.
Well, I have some breaking MLB news if y'all want to hear it. So, MLB commissioner tells ESPN Greeny he is not confident there will be a 2020 baseball season.
Okay.
Shocking.
I was expecting some kind of good news. Okay.
Wow. Turns out MLB owners still a bunch of cockbags. Who would have guessed?
Yep.
Also goes says I can't tell you that I'm 100% certain that's going to happen.
Even though he just said like 3 days ago that he was 100% certain. Rob
the other
Manfred
quote,
is the most incompetent fucking commissioner you could ever imagine. How that clown got his job is beyond me. Fuck that guy.
His previous quote was, "We will play Major League Baseball this year."
Jesus.
What an asshole.
Baseball is in for it. God damn it.
Fuck the owners, kill the rich. That's all I got to say. Becker, let's hear your list.
All right, so I got my notepad out. So I'm starting off number 1. It's going to be the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
Specifically from the time frame of 2001 to 2008.
Okay.
For one guy and one guy only, Mike Vick.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I loved watching Mike Vick. It was like a role.
I think you can extend it earlier too. Falcons are cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Ever
Unis
since Mike,
before.
what?
They always had the cool unis like right before.
Oh yeah,
too. Those all blacks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have an all black Mike Vick jersey. That one's sick.
Oh yeah.
But he was the sole reason why I wanted to like play quarterback, just because he wanted to do like he did it and did it so well. He could just run around, just chuck bombs, and
You both lefties.
yeah, both lefties can relate.
I was going to say the other, like, one of the coolest things about Mike Vick is he was the last lefty quarterback until Tua was drafted
Yeah, that's
in the
insane.
NFL. Yeah.
Another thing about Mike Vick is like he only throws a football left-handed. Everything else he does right-handed.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Well, because I know he was drafted in like the 2000 MLB draft. Did he throw a baseball right-handed?
He could throw left-handed, but I think like when he was writing, he would write right-handed.
Okay.
Imagine Pat Vendetti with the athleticism of Michael Vick.
Oh my God.
Oh boy.
So that's my number 1.
So can I say something? That
Sure.
team was also, I'm not saying Michael Vick wasn't cool because he was maybe one of the coolest NFL players of all time, but Warwick Dunn was cool.
Yep, Warwick
Algie
Dunn.
Crumpler is maybe one of the best names I've ever heard.
Yes.
Yep.
Algie Crumpler and Visante Shanko are the 2 best tight end names.
Yeah.
Yes, dude. That was a very cool team.
Mm-hmm.
So my next team is, they're not a current team, but they're part of the NHL. It is the California Golden Seals.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I can
let me give you some
behind this.
history. So the reason how I found out about the California Golden Seals is because of my Dallas Stars. That's how I found out about them.
Okay.
Okay.
So they gotta trace some lineage back. So originally,
History lesson with Becker.
so they were a part of the WHL, founded in 1961, and they were originally known as the San Francisco Seals. They were that for about 5 years in that WHL league, changed to California Seals, and then eventually became part of the NHL with their 1967 expansion with like 6 other teams. No, yeah, 6 other teams. And they rebranded to the Oakland Seals and eventually the California Golden Seals.
I love how they went from like they decided at some point they're like, you know what? We've earned it. Golden Seals, baby. One step up.
Their jerseys are just, they're so goddamn cool. They're just fucking
let's check those
great.
But imagine any other team just like they give themselves that moniker. It's like the Atlanta Falcons. It's like, yeah, it's good. You know what? We've had a few good years. Fuck it. We're the Golden Falcons now. The Platinum Titans.
Yeah.
Just
And-
awarding yourself. It's like Barack Obama putting the Medal of Honor on himself.
I just think the combination of the team name called the Golden Seals and their jerseys just makes this an all-time franchise. Although they were the only NHL expansion team that did not make it to a playoffs. So like out of the 9, so not the best performing team, however, one of the coolest looking teams out there.
Okay.
Hard to disagree.
Yeah.
You can't blame them because I think back in the day they had a like the draft was basically like localized, so anywhere within like 100-mile radius or whatever of your city or where your team played, you got first dibs to those people. And I can't imagine there were a lot of people in California playing.
Yeah.
Insane that was ever a thing, but
stupid.
And then after the 1967 season, or 1976 season, sorry, they rebranded and moved to Cleveland. Became the Cleveland Barons.
Oh.
Which
Barons are another cool team, man.
I was going to say, that's sick.
So I think after the Barons, they merged with the Minnesota North Stars.
Okay.
So, and then the Minnesota North Stars eventually moved down to Dallas, where my Dallas Stars are from. So that's how this all ties together.
Had a traveling team.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you for that history lesson.
Hey,
I did not know about the Golden Steels.
Yeah, I like them now.
Number 3.
Oh, no.
So, you guys like esports?
Baby,
it's gonna be my favorite Overwatch team, the London Spitfire.
Let's go. Let's go.
Absolutely.
Similar to how we
play on that team.
He does not.
That's not very poggers.
I don't think he plays on any team. He's just by himself, one-man team. My favorite franchise, Ninja.
I'm thinking, wow.
Mixer.
Similar to how we picked our favorite NHL teams. We were all into Overwatch at the time, and we were like, you know what, we need to pick a team to root for because the Overwatch League was just starting up. It was like their first season, and I'm like, you know what?
You got a free skin because you
got a free skin. And I just picked the coolest looking one, which is London Spitfire. They got the bright blue and their orange, sick as heck, and
sick as heck.
Sick as heck. And they also won their first inaugural season of the Overwatch League.
Okay.
That's
they
history
saw they
right
had
there.
the big Becker support. They weren't going to let them down.
So yeah, those are my top 3 right there.
Some might
Atlanta
say
Falcons, California Golden Seals, and the London Spitfire.
London Spitfire, the Green Bay Packers of the Overwatch League.
You're right.
Many people are saying.
Yeah.
All right. Now we get to the bottom 3. These are the least cool teams you could possibly imagine. When you think of these teams, you're thinking, wow, how dreadfully dull, and wow, I don't ever want to watch this team play. And no team does that for me. Quite like the New England Patriots, because good heavens is that an uncool organization. When you have a season where your slogan, like this is your hype slogan, is do your job, are you kidding me?
It's fucking
Name
disgusting.
something less cool than just showing up with the lunch pail and going to work in the trenches. That's not cool. That's not high flying, high octane.
What was the Falcons?
Stinks.
What was the Falcons after the Super Bowl? Wasn't like embrace the suck or something?
No, it was something ridiculous. No, yeah, that's what.
It was like
what's
embrace
his
the
name?
suck.
Their coach had
Dan
a
Quinn?
band.
Dan Quinn.
Dan Quinn. They all wore bands that said "Embrace the suck."
Yeah,
that is true.
Gotta be honest.
Falcons just got a little cooler in my eyes.
Embracing the suck.
Right.
Pretty nice. I'll tell you, who probably doesn't like a good suck. The New England Patriots.
Not Kraft. He does.
No, he doesn't.
He likes it under the counter handy. That's what
he likes a nice dry
tight
rub and tug. Yeah.
Tight massage.
Jesus Christ.
Not cool. Yeah. Other things not cool. Bragging or just in general going to an Asian massage parlor. Especially when you're a grubby, greasy, overly fake tan old fuck like Robert Kraft who kisses Tom Brady on the mouth.
Mm-hmm. He wears Jordans with his suits, though.
Why? Because he's just trying to be a little fanboy for Skip the Goat Bayless. He's no Skip. Skip Bayless is the only man who can wear Jordans with a suit. Anybody disagree with that?
No, not at all.
Fuck
Skip
the
Bayless
Patriots.
cannot lose in those shoes. Robert Kraft absolutely can lose.
Takes a few L's in those shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tom Brady, he's great. Not cool. Not cool in the slightest.
No.
Name besides Randy Moss a Patriots player that's like, damn, this guy's cool in the last 20 years. Go.
Oh, come on, Kyle. Are you forgetting about Julian Edelman?
Woo!
Everyone's
And
favorite
Asante
Hall
Samuel.
of Famer.
He's also exempt. He's too cool for them.
Yeah. Deion
Terrell
Lewis.
Who am I thinking?
Revis isn't even. I don't even
Damn it.
count that.
No, Terrell
I don't
Revis is
even
cool.
Remus is cool as shit.
No, I don't. I look at him as a Jet. I don't look at him as a Patriot.
Either way, that's another top tier nickname, Revis Island.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Revis
god.
Island and Ocho Cinco back in the day. Whew.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
They're so uncool. They killed Chad Johnson. They killed his career.
I
Imagine
forgot.
being that
They
uncool.
also made
Yeah.
Antonio Brown insane.
Yep.
Wow.
I mean,
What about Matt Castle?
Not cool.
that's the least cool guy you
Yeah.
could have named right there. You could have named so many people.
Oh,
Find
man.
one less cool.
Okay. Objectively, Gronk's kind of cool.
Gronk is kind of cool.
Yeah, Gronk's kind of cool.
Aaron Hernandez kind of cancels
Damn
that
it!
one
I was gonna say that one.
Yeah. New England Patriots, they can take that do your job shit, take it somewhere else. I
Yeah.
don't want to see it, and hopefully I don't have to hear about anything of their successes for the next 20 plus. I can't deal with it.
Mhm.
Next on my list, an objectively uncool team, the San Antonio Spurs.
Yeah, pop off.
My
Pop off.
God, can you find a more boring NBA team to watch? Their whole shtick for how many years is slowing down the pace as much as humanly possible to just grind out possessions, slow down games. So what? I can watch Manu Ginobili and Tony Parker pass it into Tim Duncan so he can go back to the basket for a hook shot. Fuck that.
See,
Look what happens when Kawhi Leonard leaves. Look how cool he becomes and all the fun, high-flying stuff. He's taking middies from everywhere. Mid-ranges are another underrated cool thing in the NBA, especially now. It's pretty punk rock to be used in a mid-range game. But, I mean, dude, the Spurs, my God. They had Jonathan Simmons. He was like this G League guy for the longest. He gets up to the Spurs. Like the most high-flying, cool guy you could imagine. Could not have landed in a more boring spot if he ever tried.
Yeah.
see,
I mean, hey,
agree
unless
with,
you guys like watching LaMarcus Aldridge and a not high-flying anymore DeMar DeRozan go to town.
You mean a shorter LaMarcus Aldridge?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Maybe Jakob Podol gets your rocks off. Not me.
I agree with everything you said, but Greg Popovich is objectively a cool dude.
I'm not.
And that-
I'm not watching Greg Popovich on the court doing fucking 360s.
That's
am
fair.
I?
That's fair. But Pop is sick. I always liked. You're right, but I always liked Tim Duncan. Like,
Seen
he's
the
a
way
good
the man
guy.
dresses?
No,
Oh.
I get it.
He
he's
makes
bad. It's
Michael
not good.
Jordan look like he wears tight fits.
Oh man, yeah,
No,
it's fair.
nothing cool. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
I despise the Spurs. And that's all I have to say about it because, I don't know, can you think of anything more to say about it? They're a long ways away from David Robinson and the Iceman George Gervin. That's all
Yeah.
I'll say. Long ways away. My last least cool team is the San Francisco Giants. That is my least favorite baseball team to ever watch. I am so glad they are right now stuck in this land of mediocrity. And when they were winning, it was just it was so boring to watch. It was not as bad as the Cardinals, but they did it, and I feel like it was just so much more dull. Like, Mad Bum, postseason, okay, sure, a little bit cool. Everything else, outside of Kung Fu Panda, Pablo Sandoval, that team is lame as fuck. And they always
Barry
have been.
Lamar Bonds.
Barry Bonds is in his own stratosphere, and I'm not talking. Let me preface. I'm talking the post, the every other World
Tim
Series.
Lincecum.
Tim Lincecum was sick.
He was
dude.
fucking awesome.
He's cool, but like, what am I gonna watch? Like Matt Cain and be like, "Let's go."
No,
Who else? Barry Zito get you going? Anybody?
I get where you're coming from. The Giants as of late are fucking awful. There's nothing exciting about that team. But Barry Bonds was so goddamn cool.
I want to
I don't
I
care.
mean post Bonds.
Okay.
That team is so uncool that they refused to sign him after his last season, even though he would have played more. He put up the best OPS in any 42-year-old career at that point in his final season. Or second best. Ted Williams the best. Either way, like, and then they just completely disgrace the guy and distance themselves from him. Not a cool organization. Imagine distancing yourself from Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fair enough, dude. I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah.
I did not think of it that way.
It makes you think.
Yeah, Barry Bond. Yeah.
I don't know. Like
Giants stink. You've tilted me. The
fucking
Giants
stink. Yeah.
stink.
I'm glad we all come together on this.
I think the stadium's pretty cool. Hitting them into the fucking water. That's sick.
I tell you what, there's not many players there that are going to be hitting him out of the water right now, because I don't think Evan Longoria is going Oppo Taco over there with his 35-year-old self. At least he plays like he's 35. I don't know if
Also,
he is.
Mad Bum was cool in the playoffs when he was dominating in the playoffs, but like
Other than that,
when he flipped out at Max Muncy for Max Muncy and a home run, and what did they
that's
say
right.
Max Muncy, with the greatest response to anything ever, told Mad Bum if he wants the ball back, get it out of the ocean.
That's so sick.
I get hyped just repeating that every single time.
That's so fucking cool.
One of the all-timer quotes.
Yo.
Yeah, that team is so fucking lame.
Yeah.
And I'm done with talking about him. I'm done talking about all these teams because any minute I have to spend more, I am just getting more and more bored.
Yep.
I'm done.
Yep.
That's it. Not cool. New England Patriots, San Francisco Giants, and the San Antonio Spurs.
Well, Kyle, I hate to break it to you, you're going to have to talk a little bit more about one of those teams, and that's the New England Patriots. I can't think, I agree with you on every single thing. I'm not going to harp too much longer, but the New England Patriots are as uncool as it gets. You nailed it. There aren't many cool players in reach. Thinking of that dynasty they had, there aren't many cool players you literally have a handful. Aaron Hernandez killed people. That's not cool. I'm not cool with that. And they had him.
Wes Welker basically killed himself, and Bill Belichick's like, "Do your job. Get out there. Get out there, Wes. You need to get." Wes, we need you for your 18th concussion of the season. Yes, ma'am.
Bill's just like, grab your lunch bag. We're going to work, boys. Do your job. Like, it's
only
so
cool
fucking...
thing Bill has ever done is sit his dog in during the NFL draft. Okay. I'll give him that.
Yeah. Bill Belichick has some cool moments, but I'm talking about the Patriots as well.
I agree. Just like I hate the Spurs, but Popovich, he's
okay. Right. That's a very good point.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the fans that are associated with the Patriots,
awful.
It really doesn't get much worse. I don't know many worse fans than that. There's a lot of bad Chicago fans, but like the Patriots fans are a different breed. That Robert Kraft, he's a criminal.
Get his ass.
They had the ugliest, most boring, uncool jerseys for the longest fucking time. They reeked of 2001. Disgusting. Oh my god. I mean, you nailed it. Patriots, not cool. Do your job. Fuck off. How about you do your job and be cool for once? Moving on.
Hell yeah.
Moving on. I have the Seattle Supersonics. The Seattle Supersonics.
I know where you're going with this.
Seattle Supersonics are not cool. If they were cool, they'd be in the NBA. Where are they?
Okay, that's not what I
Not
thought.
in the NBA.
They're in Oklahoma City.
They wasted a year of Kevin Durant. How could they fucking do that? One of the best basketball players we've seen ever in our lifetime.
I thought you were gonna say not.
I've got another reason.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Also, Seattle, the city, threatened to take the Bucks away from us. Not cool with me. No. I am not cool with that in one slight bit. Name one cool thing about taking Giannis away from us because they didn't have Kevin Durant. If you were cool, you would have been a team. You aren't. You aren't getting a team. You don't deserve one. Shut up. You don't get one.
I'm gonna keep it real with you, Zach.
I'm not in on this one.
No, I'm not either.
No, I totally am.
Because
Supersonics.
Boy, oh
suck.
boy, they had some cool players.
They were a very cool team.
They were cool. They'd be around.
Yes.
You can't tell me this jersey isn't cool.
That's
For
a
everyone
sick
listening on the audio-only version, Becker is showing his Kevin Durant Supersonics jersey, and by golly, that thing looks tight.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if they come cooler than Mr. Sean Kemp.
Yes. Yes.
Hey,
Zach,
made my point.
right after this,
Shrimp.
you can do it during, I don't care. At some point, you need to watch yourself a Sean Kemp highlight reel. I think he's going to single-handedly change your mind about the Seattle Supersonics.
no, it won't.
Do it.
My points are eternal. My points are eternal. There's literally nothing that can change my mind. Literally, there is nothing.
He can.
No.
Because, oh, God.
Also, another one of the best nicknames in sports, the glove.
Yup.
For a man who didn't wear a glove in his profession. Just a sick name. A sick nickname.
Watching Sean Kemp, that one dunk where he dunked on Alton Lister, and then all he does is stare him down and just point at him like this. Just is the most demoralizing, brutal, humiliating poster I can think of, besides what DeAndre Jordan did to Brandon Knight on that alley-oop. Like, I mean, it is that level of absolute humiliation. How do you get up from that?
Hey, you guys make some
It's
great
tough.
points. But
he's
at the
not
end of the day,
convinced.
I am not convinced. If you're trying to take the Bucks away from me, it's not cool. Not cool in the slightest.
I get it.
And also, they are not an NBA team right now, so that's not cool either. So hey, you got some great points, but I'm gonna keep them in my not cool list. But I have one that probably isn't controversial as my last non-cool one, and it's kind of two teams, but it's under the same umbrella. The Boston Red Stockings. Now, you might be thinking, oh, of course, I hate the Boston Red Sox. Nope. We're talking about the Boston Red Stockings. So, the Boston Red Stockings played their first game in April 22nd of 1876.
Oh,
What assholes. What the audacity. The absolute audacity to play baseball in 1876. Who the fuck do you think you are?
Cy Young.
You should be like trying to make sure people don't die in the country. Who the fuck do you think you are? Unbelievable.
You're more likely to get dysentery than you are to hit a home run.
Right. What kind of fucking athleticism did you have outside I'm gonna hit a ball in the park today? I don't know how they talk back today.
You had to wait 40 more years before people considered hitting a ball out of the ballpark as like a facet of the sport. That didn't come around until Mr. Babe Ruth, a friend of the pod.
Yeah. Yup.
No, back then it was, I'm going to hit this ball about 90 feet, and then I'm going to steal 2 bags, because I don't think catchers were
A massive thing in baseball up until like Babe Ruth was like legit small ball.
Yeah.
Like Nap Lajoie, he once bunted a ball 13 times in a 3-game stretch. And his name was
that's why-
Nap Lajoie.
This is why noted racist Ty Cobb hated the way Babe Ruth played, because they killed the spirit of small ball baseball. Good.
Good riddance.
So it's funny that you bring up Ty Cobb. The reason that Nap Lajoie was able to bunt 13 times in a 3-game series was because Ty Cobb's teammates hated him so much they didn't want him to win the batting title and told Nap Lajoie to bunt the ball. Instead, they would let him get on base because they didn't want Ty Cobb to win the batting
So he reached 13 times on a bunt?
He reached 13 times on a bunt because Ty Cobb's own teammates hated him so much. Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
I'm going to say this, and I'm going to make the Farmcast stance on this issue very clear. We are an anti-Ty Cobb podcast.
Oh,
okay?
Yeah.
Big time.
Okay, yeah.
I think I might be in on Nap Lajoie, to be honest with you.
Oh, man. But, obviously, want to throw them out here. We've talked about how anti-old athletes we are. And, I mean, how many of those people on that team were probably racist? Like, talk about a shitty franchise.
All the white ones.
Their uncles and their brothers were literally in the war.
Yeah,
Quite literally.
Yeah, and so I said there were kind of two under this team. So the Boston Red Stockings lasted from 1876 to 1882. Do you know in 1883 what team they turned into? They turned into the Boston Bean Eaters. That was their name.
Yes.
In 1883, there was a team called the Bean Eaters. If you're I'm going to say it again for the people who haven't heard me. The Bean Eaters. Why? What are you doing? You couldn't think of anything. Look outside your window and look at one animal. Your team is called the Bean Eaters.
Hey, me and the boys hitting dings and eating beans. I think you're on the wrong side of history with the Bean Eaters. I think the Bean Eaters show a little more respect, okay?
They could have said, you know what? Let's change our name quickly. No, that lasted until 1906. They were the Bean Eaters until 1906.
I think I knew them because I think Cy Young pitched for that team.
Well, there we go. That adds even more. And in one year, I don't even know. I didn't even bother writing it down. They played, obviously, I shouldn't be disrespecting a franchise that played in everyone's favorite championship, the Temple Cup. How could I forget?
Okay.
How could I forget the Temple Cup?
Did they win?
Nope, they lost.
No, they couldn't even
win that. They're a bunch of fucking losers. And then in 1907 to 1908, for 1 year, they were the Boston Doves. And then, I think after that, they turned into the Braves. Braves went to Milwaukee, eventually turned into Red Sox. Whatever, I don't care. I hate all Boston anyways. They're all pieces of shit. The Red Stockings, losers who played in 1876. How the fuck are we even acknowledging that by now? And then they turned into the Bean Eaters.
What? As soon as you said Bean Eaters, all I could think of is the tweets where the man went to the movie theater and spilled his baked beans. If you know
watching Cars too.
If you know the tweet, you know the tweet.
You know. Let's say that.
He was an OG Bean Eater.
Beans.
Oh man. So, my bottom three, the most not cool franchises in sports: New England Patriots, Seattle Supersonics, and the Boston Red Stockings and Boston Bean Eaters.
Okay.
Well, you leave the Bean Eaters out of this.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to top the Bean Eaters, but I'll sure give it my best shot. So all three of my teams have one thing in common.
Hate beans.
They're all not cool. I'm just going to list all three of them right off the bat. The Ohio Aviators, the Denver Stampede, and the San Diego Breakers.
Who?
Becker, would you by chance know any of these teams?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
That's going to be like the first. It's not the MLR. It's the one before that. It's like some rugby thing.
Oh, no.
They're all professional rugby teams, and boy, do I hate rugby.
Oh, come on, man.
You don't even hate it because you never even watched it.
So mean.
Come on.
You just
Okay.
Of a league that's not in
hurtful.
existence anymore because there's a better one who just on June 13th.
I just googled professional rugby teams, dude. Get off my back.
Top three.
Well, do some more goddamn research next time.
Okay.
Becker does his research.
I just did that for the memes. My real list, the Patriots, we already talked about. Not going to harp on them anymore. The Patriots stink.
Mm-hmm.
My second team is the New York Yankees.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Their fans, not cool. All they say, 27 rings.
They weren't
pinstripes.
alive for almost every single one of them.
Yep. You're telling me that a team could be any semblance of cool that doesn't allow, in the year 2020, the year of our Lord, 2020, does not allow people on their team to have facial hair, and they can't have their hair on their head touching their shoulders.
And I'll say this.
That's fucking. I
You
didn't know
cannot sign Garrett Cole and make him shave because, wow, does he look embarrassing without that beard?
Oh yeah,
I'll say it.
yeah,
Tough.
I had
yeah.
no
That's
idea
a thing,
that was a
Zach.
thing.
That is a thing that still happens to this day.
That's embarrassing. I
Yeah.
can't believe I
Why
didn't
what?
know that. That is
I'd shave
they
my
should
surprised
be
head
anyone
if they
embarrassed.
paid
plays
me
for him.
300 million.
They should be fucking embarrassed. That
Oh,
is
yeah.
disgusting.
It's the
Well,
Yankee
George
way, dude.
George Steinbrenner, the guy who like implemented that, is dead. So why they still do
Extremely.
it, I have no idea.
You know what? Frankly,
it's
that
tradition.
should have died with him. Put it in the grave.
Yeah, it should have never started. One might argue.
Right. Jesus.
The whole like earning your pinstripes thing is fucking stupid to me. Yeah, like fucking blow me, dude. They're on the team. It's just such a stupid thing to say.
Mhm.
Did Stanton ever earn his pinstripes?
This is a conversation I will not entertain.
I don't know. You don't like watching notable cool guys like Mark Teixeira?
I knew you were going to say Mark Teixeira for some reason. That was the first name I thought of.
Because he is the least cool square who is like the only dude out of former and current players that's like, yeah, they should just sign this. The owners are right.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Jeez.
Mark Teixeira, noted bootlicker. Not cool.
Not cool at all. My last team is the Utah Jazz.
Yeah.
I hate the Utah Jazz.
I can think of one reason.
Oh, let me get to that.
Okay, I
Um,
guess I can think of one.
Other than Donovan Mitchell, they're even with Donovan Mitchell, they are not an exciting team to watch. Their fan base is a bunch of assholes, like not even like lame. I mean, that makes them lame, but they are literally just assholes.
How many
what
Utah
did they
Jazz
say-
fans do you know?
What
No,
did they
this
say
is
to
my
Russell
thing. This is the
Westbrook?
thing.
What did they say to Russell Westbrook?
Oh, it was nothing good.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I think it was like racial slurs.
Oh, yeah,
and
exactly.
Stuff. Like,
I think I know
Vernon
what you're
Maxwell absolutely hates him, and if my man Vernon hates him, I'm all for hating him. If you don't follow Vernon Maxwell, follow him because the things he tweets out about the Jazz are incredibly funny. Also, the best player in their franchise history
Yeah.
impregnated a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah,
Not
I
great.
knew that one was
Not cool.
bad.
No, very not cool. And
Yeah.
Who
I
was
don't know what else you have to say about it. They had Karl Malone.
Okay, that's what I would.
Yeah, no, Karl Malone.
Yeah.
Rapist, pedophile Malone.
Shitty dude.
Not great. And he's got a statue
Yep.
in Utah. So
Yeah.
I hope the Salt Lake boys at home can really appreciate that because I
Mm-hmm.
sure as hell won't be.
There's a reason that man was not included on the MJ doc. They did not ask him for an interview.
He shouldn't be included in the Basketball Hall of Fame. He shouldn't be included in goddamn anything. He should be included in federal prison. That's what he should be.
Pop off, gang, dude.
Like-
Let him know.
What a sick fuck.
Mm-hmm. Absolute scumbag.
Mhm.
And their next great big man killed the NBA.
Oh yeah, yes.
Rudy
How did
Gobert.
I already forget?
Yeah.
He literally spread a
Let me tell you
disease
what's
to the
not
NBA.
cool. Having COVID-19 and punching up on everybody's mics.
Oh my
Fucking
god.
asshole.
I do have to say,
I love this one.
the purple jerseys are filthy. They are
Not good enough to turn my opinion on the
disgusting.
franchise.
You have,
I
you
like
have
the
great
jerseys,
you
but-
have great points. So I'm not
Also,
gonna-
their name doesn't make any sense because this obviously originated from the New Orleans Jazz. You know, there's a connection. I don't know how strong the local jazz scene was in, I don't know, Mormon-based Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Gonna be honest.
yeah,
Yep.
that's a good point.
I love this take. I can't believe I didn't even think about it for the least cool. That is way less cool than anything I had on my list.
Yeah. Jazz
The
stink.
least cool.
Not as uncool as the Bean Eaters, but
No,
pretty uncool.
I don't know. I can't speak. I'm not a bean eater historian like
Yeah.
Zach, but
Yeah.
I don't know if they had as many problematic players. But hey, I they might.
I would guess so. I would
If they
guess.
played in
I would guess very much so.
1900. They got a good chance.
Yeah.
So yeah, my list was the Ohio Aviators, the Denver Stampede, the San Diego Breakers, the New England Patriots, the New York Yankees, and the Utah Jazz.
What a
All right,
list.
so referring to my notes here. I want to get some flack for the first one, but that's fine. I don't really care. All the MLB teams besides the Milwaukee Brewers.
Ooh.
Oh, come
I
on.
hate you. I absolutely hate you.
I'm a very casual baseball fan, and if it's not the Brewers, I'm not gonna pay attention. I could give two shits what happens. Like,
He has
I'm
a
not.
point. He has a point.
Yeah,
Who's
if it's
canceling the league this year? It's the MLB owners. It makes you think.
Can't
Yeah.
believe I have to
Owners
Doesn't
suck.
make me think like that. I'll tell you that.
Well, if it's not the Brewers, I ain't interested. That's really all I gotta say.
Man.
Also, not a big baseball guy.
we have had a history of bad takes on this program. This is the worst.
It's up there. This is tough.
You know what? This is me not giving a shit because I don't care. So number 2 is going to be the Chicago Bears.
Okay.
Solely for
Yeah.
their fans.
Yep.
I hate the fans of the Chicago Bears because they always think they have a shot. Every season,
My
they
favorite
always
part.
think
That is
they always think they have a shot and just will talk their team up. And then once it comes to it, they'll just bash their team like there's no tomorrow. Like they have no faith in their team. Like once shit like starts going south, just a little inch, they're just throw in the towel. The season's over.
Has there ever been a franchise that has ridden the coattails of one good team more than the fucking Chicago Bears?
No.
Not at all.
Oh,
Not
God,
even
no.
close.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
oh my god.
I get, 5-10 years afterwards, but 35 years later, and they're so, well, we got the 85 Bears.
And also, if that
Oh my
85
God.
Bears team matched up with Marino in that Super Bowl, they're getting blown out of the fucking water.
Yo.
People forget that.
Mm-hmm.
Big time people forget that.
Plus,
Because,
The Dolphins kicked their ass in the regular season.
yes. And they only lost because they faced a divisional opponent, the Patriots, who kind of knew them. And it just didn't work out. Marino would have smacked that ass in the next week, and we would be clowning the Bears like we did the Cubs before they won.
mm-hmm. Plus, ever since I feel like ever since that season, every Bears team's been almost identical with the fact that it's shitty QB, running the ball, good defense. And it's so boring to watch.
It is hilarious that they have never just happened upon a decent quarterback.
You have to try to miss as many times
I
as
can't. I won't stand for Jay Cutler's slander on this pod.
yeah. No Rex
I miss
Grossman
Smoking
hate.
Sexy Rexy was not the quarterback they needed to beat. I don't know, Peyton Manning.
Yeah, right?
So yeah, that's the Chicago Bears. Number 2. Number 3, you might agree with me. It encompasses a lot more than just one, but I think we'll all understand where I'm coming from. And it's any franchise LeBron James touches.
Oh, let's go, Becker.
Because he just makes it about himself. It's never about the team's interest. It's going to be about LeBron James and what he wants to do. Like, I'll give him the first season with Cleveland, this first stint with Cleveland, and then he went to Miami and just made it about him, won some championships there, and then ever since then it's been all about him. And also Space Jam. He's making Space Jam all about him, not helping, not even. Yeah, I'm not interested.
One of LeBron James haters' biggest gripe with LeBron James is that he's not about LeBron James enough. He doesn't take the final shot every time. He makes the smart basketball play and passes the ball.
He literally played with the most selfish basketball player in history, Kyrie Irving, and he somehow won a fucking championship with him. What?
Yeah, you're saying he won it, not the team.
Because he led that series in every single counting stat. It literally was all about LeBron.
Sounds kind of selfish to me. Makes it about him.
Why? Okay, I don't get this because, like, I'm not saying not you. I mean, I don't get you, but like, this is a bigger point. This is a bigger point because it's all that you hear that same chant from LeBron haters. It's like he's all about LeBron, blah blah blah. And then Michael Jordan is the most all about Jordan guy you could fucking imagine. And it's like, this is the GOAT. I love this man.
Like, who would you want LeBron to pass the ball to? Like Anthony Varejao?
Oh, dude. Jamario Moon?
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
Fat ass
his team can't improve their skills if they don't have the ball.
You guys
Yeah,
are sleeping
'cause
on
when LeBron
Triple
has
T
the ball the
Monday.
entire time.
When
Drew
you're-
Gooden
when-
was
when
just a
you're
couple
7 years
LeBron
into
passes
your-
away.
when
You
you're
never know.
7
You never
years
had the
into your
chance.
NBA career, you know what you shouldn't be doing is improving basketball skills, because those basketball skills should already be in your repertoire because you
Also-
get paid millions of dollars to play basketball.
This is a non-starter in the first place because LeBron might be the best point guard of all time.
Yes.
Literally the best passer of the basketball I have ever seen, and it's not close.
And he's 6'8", 250 pounds, and can jump higher than anybody in the world.
Oh, this Becker, you are killing me.
Becker, I hear you.
He's also not casting his own son in Space Jam 2, which is kind of
That's
Brought
kinda
his
selfish.
son in there, Eddie. Bronny
Kinda
stinks.
selfish.
Well, if you're gonna have someone play his son, might as well be his fucking son then.
Yep.
Kid can't act.
That man went to LA and all he's done is say Taco Tuesday and be old.
And win.
Well,
And win a lot of games.
well, debatable.
So that's my.
What's
bottom
not
three.
debatable is Taco Tuesday.
Every MLB team besides the Milwaukee Brewers, the Chicago Bears, and anything LeBron James touches.
I'm sorry to fans of the pod that had to end this on such a sourpuss, dinky note, because we had nothing but good, high-quality takes the entire time, and Becker comes waddling in with all MLB teams besides the Brewers and LeBron James. What are we on? What are we doing here?
Oh man. Hey, it's his. He
That's
says.
when you-
He says what people.
This is
don't
what
wanna say.
happens. This is what happens when you get a very casual sports fan to make these lists. I ain't got much, boys.
No,
I'm
no,
living.
that's good. Becker.
I'm living. I'm
That's good.
steamed. I'm a steamed fucking ham.
See, I like
Well,
your
good
list,
thing.
Becker. It adds
Good thing it's my
diversity.
list and not yours. That's the beauty of
my
opinions,
list is
boys.
good. Ah,
Becker's list was the only completely original list. It also had every baseball team ever in it.
Yeah. Incredibly original.
I don't know.
Man.
I don't know. I hear you out, Becker. I'll
Thanks.
listen to your takes. It's pretty
Thanks.
good.
I'll listen, but I'm not happy about it.
As long
fine.
as every MLB team includes the Boston Bean Eaters, I'm happy.
Well, the doy it does.
Okay, hell yeah. Well,
It's all Jazz, the shittiest. I'm with Feder on this. I'm
Yep.
adopting that one.
I still got the Bean Eaters under them.
Jazz are terrible.
Fair enough. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to us talk about
Somehow.
cool, using our metrics or at next gen analytics to decide who are the cool and not cool franchises of all time.
Yeah, coming soon. The details on the Kyle Cool Index will be unveiling the sabermetrics on that rather shortly. So the next time we have a similar list, we can have some objective rankings.
Yeah, so if you want to stay up to date with that, make sure you keep up with the Farmcast Pod. You don't want to miss out on the Kyle Cool rankings.
Yep.
They're pretty cool. I got a sneak peek. Pretty crazy shit.
Oh yeah.
So
cool.
make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on all podcast platforms as well. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud. And you can listen to the audio there where we got video on YouTube. A lot of other good shit on YouTube. But along with that, follow us on social media at the Farmcast Pod on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Another surplus of fantastic content and Bean Eater hate. So, thank you for listening. Like and subscribe. Continue the discussion over on social media, and we'll see you later. Bye.